Hey guys, it's Wahima, but just call me Wah.
Melanated!
Welcome to today's episode of Morning Tea, where we sit in our sleepwear and discuss current events. Today's tea is Black Magic Tea from the Mountain Witch Tea Company. It's just regular plain black tea, and it's magical. I don't know if I talked about this last week, but apparently the U.S. president, one of his advisors during the campaign was making phone calls to Russia, so, you know. And so now the Senate is going to be looking into that. And I was thinking about it.
As I am known to do.
Trump's going to get impeached. But here's the truth. If Trump gets impeached, it's not like his entire cabinet. It's not like the entire Senate. It's not like everything is going to go away and it's just going to be Democrats or just going to be like whomever else that isn't Trump and everything is going to be great. That's not what's going to happen. If the president gets impeached, the next person into the line of succession is Mike Pence. And we don't want Mike Pence as president. We don't want Mike Pence as president, guys. He's an ultra-conservative Christian who does not give a shit about anyone else but his own faction of people. And he is there to clean up Trump's messes right now and to take over when Trump gets impeached. Because I do think it's a very highly likely possibility that something's going to happen to Trump. Don't know when, don't know how, but I know something's starting right now. And after that is the third in line of succession after the president, which I don't think would be terrible. Ryan, whatever his name is. Paul Ryan. So Trump gets impeached. It's going to be Mike Pence, and then it's going to be Paul Ryan. And it's like, none of those options are good. Mike Pence being the worst option. So I don't know if we really want Trump to be impeached, because there's no way to get rid of the entire cabinet or the entire administration unless we have evidence that the entire administration was up to no good. And you know that Mike Pence is covering every single moment, bit, evidence of his tracks. Like, he is not, whatever it is that Trump is going to get caught up in, Mike Pence is not going to get caught up in it. Rest assured. All right, and then so also the U.S. president had some sort of rally where he had like Melania come out and say like something, I don't even know. And like, I don't want to even talk about them anymore, but there was a rally and then there was like some hired hands who were in the back of Trump with signs that said blacks for Trump. And I'm just like, girl, we get it. Like, we know that there are black people who love Trump. Were they paid? Girl, I don't care if you like Trump and you're black. Like, what does that mean? That doesn't mean anything to me. If there are people behind Trump who are Muslim, then we would have something to be talking about. But these old, get out of here. In international news, the half-brother of Kim Jong-un is dead. Somebody poisoned him. 4 men are suspected to poisoning the half-brother. His name is Michael. No, just kidding. His name is Kim Jong-nam. And, you know, as we know, Asian culture, like, Kim is obviously their last name, right? Okay, great. I'm glad everybody knows that. So, back to the States, Clyde Stubblefield has passed away. He was 73 years old. He is the most sampled drummer in hip-hop's history, and he was also a drummer for James Brown. So, my condolences go out to the Stubblefield family, and the community has lost a great one, you know? So Disney's coming out with a live-action Lion King movie, and Donald Glover is slated to be the voice of Simba. Finally! Jonathan Taylor Thomas, little boy, like, don't nobody care about him? Thank God. Donald Glover, come through. Also, James Earl Jones is going to play Mufasa. Yay! It's a circle of life. I'm so glad he's still alive. I'm gonna be sad when he passes. I mean, James Earl Jones, like, is like Darth Vader. Duh. One. You know, James Earl Jones, King Joffrey Joffer, King of Zamunda. James Earl Jones, voice of Mufasa. I mean, this man, he's in our lives, boy. He's in white people's lives. He's in black people's lives. He's in America's lives. We love him.
Also, wasn't he in Roots? Did he play Alex Haley? Am I crazy?
Earlier this week, I saw this political cartoon of Betsy DeVos that mimicked the Norman Rockwell painting of Ruby Bridges. I was so offended by this image of Betsy DeVos being compared to Ruby Bridges that I could not even express myself in the moment because I was so angry. I think that the person who did it is callous, unforgivable. I need to know who the artist is so that I can be mad at them for all of my life. Just so demeaning of the spirit of what the picture of Ruby Bridges meant, what it means to black people. A desegregated school can have lines of picketing white people surround her and the U.S. Marshals that are walking her back and forth to kindergarten. protesting, picketing, throwing things, spitting at her, taking their kids out of school. These people, these parents, are animals. They are the worst scum of human beings that ever existed. You don't go picket a 6-year-old. You don't make it so that a 6-year-old has to have state marshals take her to and fro to school. Her parents can't even take her because her parents for sure would be attacked. But U.S. Marshals have to walk this girl in and out of school every day and even sit with her. And even only one teacher would teach her. So she sat in a classroom by herself and got taught because all of these animals, all of these evildoers around her wanted to see her failed, poisoned, dead. You know, someone actually said that to her. So the U.S. Marshals decided that they wouldn't have her eat anything that didn't come from home. And if she did, they tasted it first. How do you threaten to poison a 6-year-old? And then to compare that to Betsy DeVos is just a spit in the face. Like, that artist has no idea. And it's just so amazing to me how people just have no idea. If they taught Jim Crow South in schools the way they should, then there'd be no misconception. There'd be no misunderstanding. For you to sit back and allow that kind of racism to run rampant and to be there. I mean, I'm sure there were parents who sent their kids to school, who didn't stop, to do whatever, who probably thought it was disgusting, but didn't do anything. Didn't do anything. U.S. Marshals has to take a 6-year-old to class. Her parents can't even be there. She just walks through throngs of people yelling at her every single day. And she has only one teacher in the school who will teach her. I don't even know what to say, and I don't even understand. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. I don't even know how to really express myself. When I was waking up, sometimes when I wake up, I have like thoughts while I'm on my way of waking up, and it was so much more eloquent in my head. But I am so livid. I'm so angry. I'm so upset. I'm so frustrated because I feel like whenever, I'm able to deal with a lot of the racism that happens. I'm able to deal, but when I see pictures like this and I see comparisons like this, it like throws me off kilter and makes me so angry because it makes me realize that there are still so many people out there who don't get it. And it saddens me that we can live in a world where we have access to all types of technology, that we supposedly have one of the best education systems in the world, and we can't even accurately portray our United States and our historical things and our civil rights movement in a way that would make others who had nothing to do with it more sensitive to it. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. And I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye.